Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Deer Corner. I'm glad to be back. Boy, I'll tell you, it's beautiful outside. 67 degrees and sun shining. It's supposed to get down mid 40s tonight, which I love. And this time of year, I love it. What I'm going to do is I decided I'm getting my backpack put together, and I'm planning to go out and do an overnight trip on the backside. It's about a 30-35 minute hike back in there, and I think I'm going to go back in there, put me up a tarp tent, and roll me out a sleeping bag and spend the night out in the woods. Yeah, giving up this nice cabin, a nice bed, TV, but I like getting back to the woods. So let me get things packed, check my list, make sure I have what I need, and I'm going to bring you along. Go ahead and subscribe, help the channel out, and we'll see you out there. We'll walk back through here on this old roadbed. It's about 1,300 feet, a little more than a quarter mile, and I'll be cutting off of it down here by a deer stand. So, walking back down through here. Oh, there's a lot of tree limbs down. You can sit here and see where the turkey's been scratching. Working up the bottom here. It's out here in the middle of nowhere. Kind of funny, because you got to put postage signs up, even though people know. But it is pretty back through here. Mountain laurel growing over. It's nice. But even back here, you gotta set up postage signs. So. Alright, I'm down here, a little over a quarter mile. I gotta turn off to the right, follow this trail down here. Got a deer stand up down here. Right up here. That stand there. I've seen a lot of deer. A lot of deer in that stand. So. I plan to go on up the hill, over, and up to the next hillside. I'll sit here and take a breather. We'll walk by another deer stand back in here. But that's my game plan. Okay, made it to the top here. I'm going to walk on down the draw and up the hillside. A lot of deer back in here. There's another deer stand right there. At that point, catching the deer that come up and out of these draws and cut across like we just did. Things will be starting to bud out. Hoping it might jump a deer. Get back in here, cut through this mountain laurel down the hillside. I've walked up on top of many a deer down in here. This is well traveled. Trail I'm on, the deer walk it. Walk this down to the bottom. This draw, the deer really like to travel up and down in here. And it's thick. I'm trying this. This is a new camera, but I'm going to walk this bottom back through here. And on the other side it clears up into a nice hillside with some nice oak trees. And that's what I plan to set up for the night. And let me get through this brush down through here. And when we get to the other side, I'll go ahead and let you see it. We made it through the bottom. We actually got through the thicket, and going to head up this hill. Gonna walk up here and on the other side and find a place to set up camp. I'd really like to put another deer stand back in here, but I'm not able to do it. Be a good place for one. Right in here. I can hunt that whole bottom area. Be a good, real good place. Up that ridge. You can hunt that whole ridge. But I'm not able to do that anymore. I'm just barely able to maintain the ones I got. Alright, we'll keep right on going. After a couple breaks, we're about to our destination. Down this little holler and up the other side. Big old oak tree down. I don't know if you can see it. Big old oak tree. You see deer print all through here. Something's happening to my oak trees, I'm not sure. Big oak tree. Root rot is what they're calling it. You look down, the roots are black. Got root rot. But sure pretty here on this ridge. Good place to camp. I'm going to do a very simple. Very simple. Oh. It's nice to get out in the woods. Oh boy. Stories I could tell you about camping. But I'm going to do a very simple tarp setup I've used many a times growing up. So it's going to be a nice night. Nice and clear, got a good breeze. So let me go ahead and get going here. Tarp on. First, use my old, I like this old Baylor's twine. Think about it, you can forget it, a little bit of rain on it, it'll rot. It's not like the synthetic stuff you got out there now. But it does the trick and I like using it. And I don't hurt the woods any doing this. Actually, I'm thinning it out. Trees next to it will grow, so I'm not hurting the woods. This one here, you gotta be careful. Make sure you put something over the end so it don't punch a hole in your tarp. You don't want to point. Yeah, get the tarp out. Stake. And get my poncho. Using my poncho to lay down on for ground cover. how I put it up. Alright. You can see there's plenty of room. I'm out of the wind, out of the rain, if it does rain. My ponchos, ground cover, sleeping bag. But plenty of room. What a morning to wake up to. Down through here. Alright, I'm going to get a few more things put together. It's going to be dark soon. So, we'll see you in a little bit. It could be a little tighter. I'm going to do a little more tweaking, tighten it up, in case it does get a little more windier than that. Pull that little tree out of the way. But yeah, simple little setup. As you can see it now, it is quite breezy. But right here, it's nice and calm, so that'll be good tonight. I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm going to tighten it up a little more and get ready to set up for the evening. The sun went down, temperature started dropping, and we had earlier, we ate some chili mac and beef. Got one more left. It's time for a good cup of coffee. And of course I got my campfire in the can going. That's something that I really like. I really like that wax campfire when you're out like this. But I'm going to get me a cup of coffee going. My water and my coffee. Make me a cup of coffee. So, heat that up. Been a very pleasant night. We've been out walking around, scouting, and nothing like being in the woods. Got my camp set up, and funny thing about all this, what I'm doing tonight, and it's something several states out west are banning what I am doing tonight. So, homeless shelter or whatever you want to call it. But camping like this is something I started. I can remember when I was 12 years old, I went out and camped my first time. And I think I got hooked. Because when I woke up the next morning, everything was okay. And as far as scary, because of animals and everything, no, I woke up and everything was fine, and I got hooked. I got hooked in this type of camping. I like this type of camping. but it's going away. A lot of your campsites right now, especially up here in South Carolina, upper state park, when you go out primitive, they call it camping, put your tent up, and it's kind of, now they don't allow you to just put a tent up. It's kind of like a bunch of apartments and everybody's next to each other. That's not camping. This is camping. So it's hard to sit back and camp and find places to camp. I understand that. But I'm sitting here now. It's been a very good day. It's going to be chilly tonight. I got my shelter up, heating me some water. I'm going to have me a cup of coffee and enjoy myself. So the water will be hot enough. Coffee tonight. Folgers instant coffee. I like to have coffee. But that Instamatic, that Chili Mac, when people think they're going to live, that's something else. People are going to think they're going to have this 90-day supply of food. Just add water. That's terrible. When you're out camping, you better make sure you have something to wipe with. That's not. It's edible, but that's about it. Just like this Instamatic coffee. I'm having some coffee. It's dark. It's really dark out. Got my shelter up. I tightened it up. Sleeping bag in. I'm using a wax. I call it a campfire in a can. Heat my water up. That's what I heated the water up for my Chili Mac. But there's nothing like being out in the woods camping. There's nothing like it. Done it for years. I can be part of nature. And no, it's nothing to be scared of. Yeah, I carry some pepper spray, and I am carrying a handgun, but I never ever had to use it. And so I don't clean the leaves around my campsite. And the reason I don't do that is if something is coming up, I can hear it. And I can say something and holler out. And it usually leaves. I have never had an issue with something coming in my tent. So I always leave my leaves. Its temperature is dropping. It's going to be around 50 degrees, 48, 50 degrees tonight. But I set my shelter up where I can close it up and be fine. And that's something else about this campfire in a can. I have used them in the snow in my tent for heat. They burn 6 to 8 hours. And you actually stay pretty warm with it. So it is pretty nice. by the way, this axe here, I don't know who it's made by, SOG. I've used it a lot over the last 10 years, maybe more. Just like now, I heat my food over it, I use it, I chop with it. And it's been a pretty good backpack. It sits right in your backpack, it stays sharp, and it's been very good for me. But yeah, good cup of coffee. Oh yeah, nothing like being outdoors. I got a nice bed to sleep in, a nice cabin, sitting out here. Nothing better. It's quiet. Stars are out. There's an owl in the background. This is life. This time of year, and this is the best time of year for me. And the bugs aren't out. It's not hot, humid. The ground's soft enough where you don't need a mat. That's one good thing I like, because you can lay, what I have is my poncho down and my sleeping bag on top of it. And the ground is soft enough you can lay down on it. And you don't need a mat, and you're comfortable. Tightened up my little tarp tent is tightened up. I did that. And getting ready for the night. I'm going to drink me a cup of coffee. And later on, I have me a Tasty Junior, which is a vanilla cake with icing on it, and it's pretty good. But if I want it for later, it's fine. Got my campfire in a can. Does very good. I love them things. Later on, if it does get cold enough, I can light that inside and heat up the inside. It stay reasonably warm. Nothing like a cup of coffee. But yeah, it's been a day to come back in here, set up and camp. I did go out and look at a few other things. Went and checked on another tree stand we have up. And then I come back, set up, and ate. Had, like I said, my hash. And, you know, this is, to me, I just love it. Since I was 12 years old, I was hooked on it. And it's going away. People aren't doing this anymore. This type of entertainment for a family is going away. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Nothing like being out. Nothing like being out here in the woods. And you and yourself against nature. And that's basically what it is. You don't need a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot to survive out here. Now, I'm staying the night, and pack up and leave in the morning. But you can come out with little, next to nothing, and have your shelter, your sleeping bag, what you need to eat, what you need to drink, what you need to get along with. And you don't need a whole lot. So I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad to bring you along. Just sit back and enjoy a cup of coffee. And listen to the night. Well, getting back, getting ready. Kick back, getting a little chilly out here. But one thing I could say here is campfire in a can. And it does work. It takes the chill out of things. And they'll burn for about 6 to 8 hours. So, you know, it will heat this place. Make sure you got good ventilation. But it will take the chill out, keep things nice and comfortable in here. So, I'll getting ready here. I'll kick back. I'll shut the front up. And time about to call it a night. And I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. Good morning. Quite a nice peaceful sleep last night, actually. Stayed pretty warm. But it didn't get quite cold last night. Sun coming up. It's about, see what time is it? 6:48. But turn my heater, my fire in a can. I shut it off. Actually got a little warm in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up. But yeah, it got quite nice last night. But, nice and calm. It'll be a nice morning. Make me a cup of coffee and pack up and head back to the cabin. Nice night last night. Quiet. Heard an owl. But it was a nice quiet evening. Good sleeping. Good sleeping. But I'm glad I was able to get out and do this morning. I'll go ahead and pack up, head back to the cabin. And glad you're with me. And go ahead, subscribe. I'll go ahead and bring some more adventures in this great outdoors we have. And there's nothing like getting out in the woods like this. Nice morning, nice and still. So I got things up at the cabin I got to do and get done, and I'm gonna head up that way. And glad you came along with me. Just enjoy the outdoors, and remember, if you hunt, hunt safe.